started watching Great Pretender on Netflix.
Ooh.
Yeah, at the recommendation of Wolf. It's pretty darn good.
Yeah.
I like it.
I forget how old it is, but
Oh, I have no idea, but I've only recently found out about it. It's great. I really like the old heist and con artist movies.
Mm.
And like Ocean's 11 and the series is like some of my favorite movies. Except for 12, we don't talk about 12. That one sucks. But the Ocean's 13 and 11 are good.
Mm.
And so Great Pretender is really good. I like it. Would recommend for the audience members. It's really bright and colorful too.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah, and the cast is great.
Yeah, the characters and the cast are really good. I was worried at first. I told this to Wolf and Rainie already, but I was worried that the background was like. At first, I said muddy, but then I changed it to like being unfocused. But I actually like that style in this particular show now that I've watched a couple of them, because the background really doesn't matter. They want you to focus on the character interactions.
Mm. Yeah.
And so I appreciate it more now that I've watched about 6 or 7 episodes where the character interactions are really the most important thing. So why trouble yourself when the background still looks good? It's just a different style.
Adjusted
so I like
to
it. Yeah, I did. I was too critical. Too critical. I like it now though. I dig it. Normally it's not my thing, but I think this show makes it work.
Love to see it.
Yeah, so would recommend. And with that, welcome to episode 29 of You're Ridiculous.
Ooh.
Delayed woos.
Yeah.
As always, my name is Luke. I am one of your hosts, and with me I have my partner in crime, Wolf.
Woohoo! Hello.
And returning guest, making her return from the... Shut up. Making her return from the jungles of Panama, we have Rain.
Hello.
Hello! How was Panama?
Wonderful. I'll go back next week.
Was it hot?
Absolutely.
Did you see the pans?
All the bands.
Did you see the Amaz? Did you see the canal?
As many as I could.
Was there a boat stuck in it?
Were the... Did you see the drug cartels? Any of them?
Led them for a little bit.
All 2 of them.
Oh, yeah, of course. all like 5 of them? If you haven't watched last week, which I don't know why I ever say that, because I know you did.
That's right.
You would remember that we talked about Wolf went in on a deep dive of the Five Nights at Freddy's Fanverse initiative. And that was super interesting and funny. We brought back the return of the McDonald's Sprite Man, William Afton was there. Classic moment from Your Ridiculous history.
That's right.
And what was our second bit? What did we talk about after?
I think that was it. Oh, we did a Reddit hypothetical.
Oh, right. We did do a Reddit hypothetical. That's good. As always. And we had a question of the week. But this week, enough of the fanverse. We've already been there, done that.
That's right.
We'll be doing it again, I'm sure. We're going to be talking about the new trailer that came out last week for Avatar 2.
Yeah.
The blue people, not the...
Not the trash one.
Ooh, that's going to upset some people.
Good.
Listen. The original live action Avatar is objectively trash.
Oh, I thought you meant the anime.
Oh,
no.
Okay, yeah, no, the live action one is terrible. We can all agree with that.
Yes.
That is just terrible, but the anime one is good. Is it an anime or is it a cartoon?
It's an anime, and I stand firmly by that.
All right, I'll defer to you on that topic. So yeah, Avatar 2, we're going to be talking about that, the trailer, our theories, our hopes, and all that good stuff. We'll be doing something we've kind of done before, but never really given it a title to, that we're going to be calling Ridiculous Recap, which is where we talk about drama in certain topics. And this week, Wolf and I both have one.
That's right.
both centered around the different gaming industries and studios. So
They're slipping up this week.
Yours.
they are.
This month.
They're always slipping up, but yeah, this month especially. And lastly, why does it? Never mind. I'm not going to read that. Lastly, will be. I lost my train of thought. I saw the word on the document, and
2 words. Double up like a
that's all I
sandwich.
could think about. Oh, there's 2 of them. Yeah. A question of the week from Rain.
Indeed.
That's right, as usual.
Indeed.
Who
She's
put
even here to
those
read
there?
it this time.
Yeah, she will. Rain, you weren't here, but we found out that Wolf is much better at impersonating me than they are at impersonating you.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I just can't comprehend the noise you make, and I cannot repeat it.
As much as you've tried.
Secrets, skills.
All right. Let's get right into it with Avatar 2.
In we
Who wants to
go.
start off?
I'll start.
All right, good.
All right, Avatar 2. Looks neat. The trailer doesn't seem to show a whole lot. So it looks good. Looks real good.
Solid.
Looks like, from what I could see, looks like they've got kids now. I saw a little human kid running around too.
Yeah, some freak.
They go to like a different part of the planet. It's all oceany instead of all jungly.
Yeah, it's
There's-
SeaWorld.
Yeah, SeaWorld. I bet they've
Shamu's
got all
coming.
kinds of controversy. Looks like the villain from the last movie, I forget his name. I forget all their names, honestly.
Colonel
But the-
Quarch.
Yeah, Colonel Court. She looks like he seems to be making a reappearance, but as a Na'vi. Because there's one in the trailer that has like his tattoo on it and
Yeah.
his freakish haircut.
Yeah. I'll pick up where you left off. So, one of my favorite things to do with any sort of movie coming out is look at the cast, and that was one of the first things I did. I did this before watching the trailer, actually,
Oh wow!
which I shouldn't have done, but I did anyways. So, luckily they brought back the 2 main characters from last time. We have Neytiri and Jake Sully. Obviously, that's what you would expect. It would be pretty disappointing if those 2 weren't in it.
Brand new cast.
But the good thing, so it's not that obvious to say that they're in it, but the good thing is both actors or actresses are making their return for their characters. So Zoe Saldana is coming back as Neytiri, and Sam Worthington is coming back as Jake Sully. So that's really good. They're not changing that up. The interesting thing is that Wolf kind of already mentioned it, but Stephen Lang is coming back as Colonel Quaritch, who is the kind of military main evil man, the one that wanted to like send a blitzkrieg on top of the Na'vi.
Is that what they wanted?
Pretty much, he wanted to bomb their like home tree and everything.
Take him out.
Interesting.
Yeah, he did blow up the home tree, but then he wanted to bomb the tree of life, which is like basically would like destroy them.
Yeah.
The whole planet went there
Yeah.
just to ruin it.
Yep.
Yeah, so he wanted to like carpet bomb everything. So he's coming back. Another interesting thing, which at the end of the movie, I'm not calling spoilers because this movie's 15 years old. So if you haven't watched it, that's on you.
Yeah.
So we know he dies at the end. Well, supposedly. It looks like he dies,
Yeah.
right?
It looks pretty brutal.
Right. He gets like 2 arrows to the chest and dies.
Yeah.
But we know Grace Augustine, the lead scientist, comes back, or dies in the movie. But she's listed on the cast. Sigourney Weaver's coming back as Grace Augustine. I'm not sure how or what that is about. I'm really excited because I love the Grace Augustine character. She was amazing.
Some
Sigourney
revival
Weaver.
technology.
Yeah. Played her really well. The other interesting thing, and lastly, before I kind of hand it off to Rain to do some other topics, was Vin Diesel is apparently on the cast.
Ooh.
And I don't know why.
Because this is clearly a family movie. So naturally, he has to be involved.
Well, it could be, a family movie, that's true, or he could be coming on as Groot. You know,
Yep.
he could be bringing Groot. That'd be cool.
Oh,
So
maybe he's that military Navi that's
The
in
second one?
the trailer.
Maybe. Yeah,
He's
I
all-
suppose that would make sense. He's normally like a kind of muscle man dude, so that could make sense.
They're all decked out in modern gear instead of the like normal outfits.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be cool. I know the name Kate Winslet, but she's coming on as a character named Ronal. I have no idea who that is. Someone new. And the rest of the cast looks fine, but those are the most noteworthy ones.
Mhm.
Oh, we do have Parker Selfridge. He was like the head honcho, like CEO guy.
Mhm.
Oh,
He's coming back, so I'm not sure how. He was like deported off the planet last time we saw him, but he's coming back. Joel Moore, who was Norm Spellman, who's kind of like the other Avatar guy next to Jake, he's coming back.
Mhm.
wow, bringing everyone back.
Yeah, so a lot of the characters are returning, which is great. Max Patel, he's the like other scientist that you saw. He's coming back. A lot of the same same actors and actresses are reprising their role, which I really am happy about. So,
I
yeah.
would love to see it.
And then lastly, I agree with Wolf that the trailer really didn't show that much. It was, I think, mostly just to build up some hype and raise a lot of questions.
Yeah.
In
But
questions
it does look great, so I'm excited. Rain, what did you think?
I'm excited to see what direction that they take this. There's been some kind of stipulation that it's possible that we've changed planets completely, going from something that's a lot more rooted with trees and stuff, and now we're going to water. So I'm curious if we've completely changed planets at all, or if we're just going to another part of the planet that we just haven't seen. So I'm just curious to know what direction they're taking this after having a little bit of not a little bit, but a lot of war to get rid of the humans. Obviously they're still present in some way because we see all the construction and the military is still there. So I'm not entirely sure what their plan is in terms of war, because my assumption was that after the first movie we were done with war and now it was time to just learn the life of the native people. But obviously,
as if that would ever happen.
we are wrong. So I'm really excited to see what happens
I'm
to
not
Jake
sure.
in his life, how it's changed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I have a feeling that the first half is going to be like, or maybe even a third of the beginning is going to be like Jake and the family life, like Avatar family life, and like what they're doing, what they've been up to, where they are, and then it's going to introduce the problem, the conflict in the movie, and that's kind of how, like, I think how the movie's going to be set up is fairly predictable, I think, but I'm still very excited to see it. Avatar, one of my favorite movies. I love it.
I wonder what's up with the human child.
Yeah,
What the fuck he's doing down there?
fucking Tarzan making a return. Mowgli has escaped the village.
Mowgli!
So, I don't know. I mean, we can, like, my first thought was it is either a, like, Navi humanoid. I think it's Navi humanoid either way, but it's either going to be from Jake and Neytiri, which I think is less likely just because those are both avatars. Like, they're both the Navi race, or it's going to be Norm and an avatar lady. Because
freak.
Norm's avatar died in the movie, in the last movie, but his human form, himself, is still around.
Yeah.
So it could just be like a spawn of those two. Norm found some cheeks he wanted to clap.
Some cheeks, some blue cheeks.
So some blue monkey cheeks.
I was watching a video about the trailer, and apparently, they had to like reinvent motion capture technology because they had to shoot like underwater, and it shockingly didn't work well underwater.
Oh no.
That could be why it took so long, actually.
Oh yeah.
That's super cool though. I didn't know that. That would be like motion capture's already really kind of awkward. So I'm really interested to like hear the like cast interviews of how all that went.
Yeah.
I'd be afraid to drown because now you're underwater and you got to shoot your scene, and now you got all this heavy shit on top of you.
Yeah, it's probably just like all the swimming scenes, you know, there's no like actual talking or anything. But still, or like even fight, like imagine like fighting scenes. Guarantee there's going to be some fighting scenes underwater. They're going to be cool as hell, but I bet filming them was a pain in the ass.
Surely.
And for someone that like isn't aware about how motion capture work, you have a lot of like wires and white dots on your face that record movement, and then
Yeet.
about like 5 inches from your face that's connected to a rig around like your neck and chest, you have a camera, and it's right in front of your face. And it moves with you, so whenever you turn, it's strapped to your body. So it's really awkward, and obviously works really well for recording facial features and all that stuff. But I imagine it's going to be really, really weird to film underwater with that, because like I said, it's already awkward to try and ignore it. That's cool.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of like new creatures too.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's those.
Yeah,
like,
there was like a whale.
The whale and like the aquatic bugs they were like riding on.
Yeah.
So I imagine it's just like a different section of Pandora, the planet that they're on, but it could be somewhere else, because like the very first scene, or one of the first scenes of the movie, they show like them flying on a ship to the world, and there's like 3 or 4 surrounding planets. So it could be like one of those. I just don't know how the Na'vi would get to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think in the first movie they make it a point. I think Pandora is one of like 13 moons in some kind of orbit.
Oh yeah, to like a bigger planet.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, because they do
live
show
on
like
a
a
moon.
humongous planet. So I know I remember Pandora is a moon. You're right. So they could go
That's why all their stuff floats.
Yeah, that's true.
all the floating rocks and shit.
Just vibing in the air. Not a care in the world.
It's funny, like in those scenes though, when the rocks like explode or whatever, they then suddenly lose half of their like ability to float. They just like it's like I've been hit. It's like a balloon that's like has a slow puncture to it. I'm going down.
You think it just like scatter? No, sinks like a boat.
Yeah, so very excited. I'm not really super interested in like Jake's family life, to be honest.
Same.
Like I don't want him like, got to do soccer practice at 6 with the boy. Yeah, I don't think we'll get a lot of that, just because Avatar is traditionally a pretty action-packed and exciting movie, with like a lot of deep character points and stuff like that. So, it's obviously going to talk about his family now that he has one, but I hope it's like not a boring segment. So we'll see.
Surely one of those kids is gonna die.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got like 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could spare a couple.
Yeah, I have a feeling
What do we think?
It's gonna be like a.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
I have a feeling it's gonna be like a coming of age story for at least a couple of his kids, especially if words are
I don't want
involved.
that.
I know, so there might be a little bit of some.
You're right though.
Some
That
slow
could
there.
very well be true.
Yeah.
What if
I don't think we
what if
know.
Jake Sully dies?
I doubt it.
I don't think the franchise can
It could be.
Maybe not in this movie, but the next one.
Maybe. If anybody saw the live-action G.I. Joe movies, the first one, pretty good. The second one, the main character dies in 10 minutes.
Enough of him.
Literally. They don't even, he's just dead. And they replace him with some other bloke.
What's the point?
I didn't know.
Couldn't afford the actor anymore.
They could afford him for 10 minutes and that was it. So, but yeah, it could be. I don't know. I'm just very excited. Do we have any guesses on what the way of the water means, or the way of water means?
Probably like the control of sea life. Like,
yeah, because they were like jungle based before.
Yeah, and now they've got to find a different way to live. Maybe the jungle area is fucked.
Sure, yeah, that's true. I mean, they did lose like home tree. They're like
What if it's like coming to peace with the humans that are currently there, since water is usually associated with like more passive means.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, like how like animals like don't attack at a watering hole.
Yeah.
Because they need that source to live, so they're just like, yeah, we're gonna. It's like a neutral ground.
Yeah, we all need to drink, so we're just gonna vibe.
Yeah, at the end of the first movie, they said they sent all the humans back, besides like 5 of them, like Norm, and Max, and maybe a couple other ones.
Do you think they count Jake Sully in that count?
I don't. Well, no, because he became an avatar. He became Navi at the end.
But does home base know that?
Yeah, well, I think so. What do you mean? Who's home base?
Like, I guess Earth or whatever is there.
Yeah, I have no idea. I mean, I'm sure, like, the people that survived the trip back and reported it probably was like, yeah, this fucker betrayed us. And became, species. You know, a jungle cat, a blue jungle cat. Changed species. I didn't even know that was possible.
The alienacy was just that good.
Oh, dude. It literally got him to betray his whole race. And, you know... Oh, one thing that I didn't point out was a lot of returning characters that we thought dead. However, Trudy, the helicopter pilot, is not coming back.
Oh,
she's straight Trudy. Dead. Yeah, Trudy's dead. She's dead. Yeah, she was cool though. She was really cool. Liked her, but no, she's not on the cast list.
Wasn't worth reviving.
Yeah. Oh, and the other thing that I thought of how they could bring back all these characters that we thought were dead would be flashback scenes.
Oh yeah.
Like showing different things with these characters and interactions that we didn't see in the first movie. So that could be something. I think that's a little slightly unexciting. But if the content is there and puts new perspective on everything, then it's, you know, could be worth it.
Perhaps.
So we'll see. But final thoughts, anybody?
I'm ready for it. It's coming. It's a Christmas movie coming in December.
Yeah,
gonna be good.
About time. This will be one of the first movies I see in theaters in a long time.
That's wow.
I think a lot of the movies are just like, yeah, I could watch it on any of the streaming services when it comes out, right? But I think this one is going to be like, you're going to want to see it in theaters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to want to see it on a huge screen with blown out audio. And it's going to be amazing, and I'm going to watch it.
Yep. We're here for the experience.
So.
And then we're going to talk all about it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. There will be a sequel episode. We will be talking about this. Very excited. Rain, do you have any final thoughts?
Super excited. I have big expectations out of this one. So if it doesn't hit what I'm expecting, I'm going to be very disappointed for the ones following.
Expectations.
Yeah.
I think
have none.
I have big expectations. Not so much like I want I have a checklist of what I'm going in for. I just hope it's as good as the last one.
Yeah.
Like, that's all I really care about. I don't really care what the plot is, what's really happening. I have some guesses that we've already talked about, but honestly, I just want it to be, you know, worth the 15-year wait.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can we talk about that, how good the first movie looks, and that was 15 years ago?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And it still, like, holds up and looks a lot better than current movies to date. Some current movies to date. Like, that's ridiculous. That movie looks so good.
It's the Jurassic Park of this era.
Yeah, Jurassic Park or Star Wars, they all work like way ahead of their time for when they came out. That's a little unfair though, because both of those are like this nearly the same person.
True.
Like Spielberg and George Lucas are like besties.
Oh wow.
So they work together a lot on stuff like that. But you're correct though. It is like that movie was way ahead of its time, and still holds up. So it's no surprise that this one looks really good as well.
Hopefully this one's not so forgettable.
You're a clown.
Listen.
I remember everything about the first movie.
I mean,
it's great.
I remember the key points, but who really has talked about Avatar in the last 15 years?
Everybody talked about it when the Marvel movies were coming out, because they're like, oh, is something going to beat Avatar as the like best-selling movie of all time, or whatever the hell it was, highest grossing, whatever. And then everybody talked about it again, talked about how good it looked, talked about how they were waiting for number 2. And this was like 3 or 4 years ago when Infinity War
and then it died out again.
Right, but it's a 15-year-old movie. Of course it's going to die out. It still looks great, and now people are talking about it again.
Because something new is finally coming.
Right, but like, name something else 15 years ago that they're still talking about that's not like a travesty.
Star Wars.
No, that doesn't count because those things are still coming out.
I guess.
So it's the same thing with Avatar. People are talking about it again because it's still coming out. Name something that's old, that hasn't had anything new, that's still being talked about, that isn't like a travesty. Like, huh?
Give me a second.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah, you clown.
And listen, I don't watch a lot of old things. I gotta scrape the memory banks.
Well,
The Godfather.
Who talks about The Godfather?
What do you mean? I think if it's something, they're still referencing it in the fucking, like, Family Guy and all the other adult comedies, and people still parody it to this day. Who parodies Avatar? And it's such a good thing to parody with their hair fucking, their blue, the weird sexy cat people.
Well, that puts more on the people that could parody it, because it's such good material to parody.
They didn't get parodied because people forgot about it.
Nah, you're wrong. You forgot about it. Not the real OGs.
I feel like it's known for, like, it did really good, and then no one ever talked about it again.
People talked about it for a while, but like 15 years is a long ass time to continue talking about something.
I mean, even after 5 years.
I think people were still talking about it after 5 years.
I doubt it.
You don't know. You were too young. You weren't there.
What?
All right.
Ridiculous.
We'll move on to ridiculous recap. Wolf, I've been talking for a while. Why don't you start us off? We're going to be talking about some drama within game studios. So, Wolf, take it away.
All right, my drama has to do with Blizzard, creators of Overwatch and Overwatch 2.
Classic.
They keep making headlines.
For all the wrong reasons.
Indeed. Their most latest one was that they made, effectively, an algorithm for diversity.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's definitely a good idea among them.
Indeed. I keep forgetting, like, the correct word to use for it. But basically, they've got, like, a chart and a point system to, like, check and make sure their characters are diverse enough. So you start at 0 if you're for straight, cis, white male, and then you get points based on various factors. For example, the screenshots that, I don't know if they were leaked or if they were willingly shared. Probably, like, a willing leak, because it was also to cover up the fact that they've been union busting again. But, hey, there's one of Anna. She gets points for being Egyptian and Arabic, and also for only having one eye, and for being a woman, of course.
Of course.
It's ridiculous. Also, there's a drop down for sexuality, and so why are there only 2 gay characters? Easy diversity points. But they don't spread that one around. And it's like, pretty whack.
Yeah, I looked at the graph, and it just shows like all these points. I'm like, why did this company think this is what they needed to like publicly release? I don't get what the point was. Like, who is this making happy?
I think this one was too severe to have shared as a little distraction, because it's bad.
Yeah, it's like, let's just like class and marginalize all our characters and make you feel like you're also being targeted if you like these characters.
That's right.
It's just like, how is this a good idea?
It's also, yeah, it's like cool, I guess, but also, but the intentions aren't good. Maybe if they made it to like make sure, but no, they use it in place of just hiring a diverse staff. They have to check boxes to make sure characters are diverse enough instead of just inviting people who would just naturally create diverse characters with diverse experiences.
Yeah. It's pretty whack. I also think it's weird, like, that they probably had this for a while and then decided to release it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's not like they put this up overnight. They clearly, I would guess, had this for quite a while. And then, like, you know what? I bet our community would enjoy this. Like, this is definitely something we should share with them.
Also, it's even funnier that it's like a thing that there is not a single, like, black woman in Overwatch until very recently. And they've got this drop-down system, yet they're somehow forgetting certain diversities. Or maybe it was a conscious choice, because I mean, if you've got black, white, and all the other races on your drop down, how come it never ever came up? It's got too many points, and it would have made it unbalanced.
It's like,
I would love to see the point rankings for everything.
I like the idea that Blizzard is like, yeah, we got a black character now. We can check that off our list. Aren't you happy with us? We're doing our part.
It only took us 5 years.
Yeah, not like that they should have had one from the very start.
Like, how did you not launch with one?
Exactly. It's just like, especially with how quickly it grew. Like, okay, if they didn't think it was going to be as big as a thing as it was, whatever, you know, you could chuck that up to like a mishap, right?
Yeah.
But as soon as it blew up, which it blew up instantly, pretty much.
Yeah.
Overwatch. And so how was that like not the next character to be released? Like a black character. Like how is this? How have we gone 5 years? And it's not like the community has been silent about it either.
Yeah, they've been asking for it. We got a hamster before we got a black woman. I wonder what race the hamster is.
The hamster identifies as black.
Do you think? Oh my god! Do you think they get extra points for being an animal?
Probably.
What about the robots? Are the robots an own race, or do they ascribe a race to them?
Each robot gets to pick their own. But the robots, since you know it's a game, they don't get to pick. It's the people at Blizzard say that the robot picked this race, so they could like fill out their chart.
Zenyatta's been secretly black the whole time. They're fools.
That's like how that's kind of like how in Harry Potter, like after it all came out, J.K. Rowling said Dumbledore was gay.
Oh, yeah.
And like retroactively after everything was like out and everything.
Said and done.
I mean, they followed
a lot of
through
people
with
like
it with the last movie.
Oh yeah, like you know it wasn't ever relevant to point it out, but it's just kind of one that's like, oh yeah, don't have a gay character really.
Better add it in.
Better add it to Dumbledore. He's dead. It doesn't matter now. You know, so it's like, and then it's like, oh, I did have that story about Grindelwald and Dumbledore. We can make that a movie and make, you know, prominently gay.
Oh yeah. That was their chance.
That's a good idea. Now I'm making up for past mistakes.
I feel like J.K. Rowling literally just went on Reddit just to see the kinky fan fiction that was going on and just like picked one out of a hat. And was like, yep, this ship will do well.
Just, you know what? I feel it.
I bet she didn't. I bet that's exactly what happened. Or she like, as she's writing like the old books or whatever, or the like current books, and reading the theories about past books, she's like, oh, that'd be a good idea. Let's take that.
Sneak that in real quick.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, that's the Blizzard drama. I'm sure there will be more.
I guarantee.
Also, apparently Overwatch
more.
2 is mid.
Oh, really? Yeah. I almost brought up in the beginning that you unfortunately didn't get a beta key for it.
I did not. I applied for the second round, but haven't heard anything.
I've also heard that it's not anything to write home about. So, if anything develops interesting about that, we'll be sure to update.
Yeah, that's right.
Moving on onto my bit of tea. So
sip.
Yeah, more game design, game studio problems and drama. Have you guys ever heard of the mobile game that's coming out sometime this year called Glory Hero NFT Wars?
I'm sorry, what?
No, I have not.
It's Glory
Who's
Hero.
Glory?
Well, no, like as in the hero is glorious. So Glory Hero NFT Wars. So this game, it's actually kind of, it's a lot like Overwatch and Smite and League of Legends. It's a 5v5 hero battle in an arena, basically. You each team gets 5 champions or heroes in this case, and you fight. Everybody plays as their own character. It's a 5v5 mode. To explain a bit more, the NFT wars part, they're like, okay, this idea is fairly basic as a mobile game and as a console game. How can we, bring it up to the next level, right? Well, let's incorporate NFTs because those are all the rage right now.
Of course.
Funny enough, this isn't even the problem. I'll get to the problem in a bit. But NFTs, how are we going to introduce NFTs? Well, if you progress through the game enough and like level up or do whatever, you'll get blockchain codes for skins for these characters.
Interesting.
I'm not sure. You might be able to read it somewhere. I'm not sure how the skins are going to be different for each person because that's what an NFT is. They have to be unique. So I don't know how these codes for the skins are going to be different, but I'm sure they have a plan. And the idea is that for participating games, you'll be able to use these skins in other games. And so that's how they're incorporating. They want to make like an NFT game crossover with other games.
I think I've heard whispers about this.
Yeah, on its surface, it's actually kind of cool, like game overlap. If you like this skin in the game, you could use it in this one. It's kind of cool. I don't really, none of us really care for NFTs as how they're used, at least.
Yeah.
But the idea is interesting. But none of that is the problem, right? The problem is, so they're designing this game, right? Yeah. And they have a Reddit, a subreddit devoted to them, and a Discord, and everything like that. They start giving updates about the game. They have, about 5,000 followers on Twitter. It's gaining traction. They start releasing art for the game.
Oh, dear.
And that's where the problem sets in.
Oh, these are the pictures you are uploading.
Yeah, so it's nothing, there's no, like, big bazonga lady, right? That's not the problem. Everybody's clothed enough to, be a game and everything. There's nothing risque or anything like that. But
I don't know.
They start releasing... Oh, you're reading some of it? Okay.
You're supposed to wait.
Obviously some of the bazonga ladies are there. And some stuff like that, but that's not the important
game
part.
Without bazongas?
I know, right? Imagine, especially a mobile game. So they release their hero like pictures, like this is a new hero, this is what they do, these are the stats, all that stuff. They then release a trailer, and that's when shit hits the fan.
Oh.
So I'll show this. I'm just sending these. Oh, did it send? It's not sending. Why is it not sending? No.
The suspense.
Okay. It doesn't matter. Anyways, I'll just read them off. They make a trailer, right? They post their video. It's a pretty generic trailer. They show some stuff, and it says, "You read that right. It's a 5v5 esports game. Will be releasing on Google Play and App Store in a week." Okay,
Like,
in a
that's
week.
already an
Pretty
esports
release.
game.
Yeah, pretty recent. But they get a comment under their trailer. And it's from Stuart Chisholm. Do you guys know who that is?
No.
He is the CEO of High Res Studios.
Ah.
Most of you probably, or a lot of you probably heard of High Res Studios. They make Smite, they make Rogue Company, they make notably Paladins and Paladin Strike Force. Very important for this drama.
The Overwatch.
And
clones.
his tweet says, "This is unlicensed use of high-res IPA, and we will be pursuing takedown paths with Flow Blockchain, Apple, and Google Play."
Oh my god.
Oh,
And Glory Heroes NFT Wars responds, and it says, "At the same time, our game art does learn from many game companies. If our skin design is 90% similar to yours, please point out the use for confirmation. Thank you, smiley face."
Ooh. Whoever wrote that comment got fired.
Okay. So that was their response.
Mm-hmm.
Stuart then responds, and since you're not familiar with Stuart, he's basically he's a great CEO from everything that I've read about him.
Ooh.
He cares about the studios. He's a super nice guy. He's kind of like, for all the studios that he kind of runs, he's like the grandfather of these studios. He always like retweets the posts like, "Look at these, look how good they are." Everything. He's like a super great guy. He's like a grandfather supporting his grandchildren, right?
Proud of his kids.
His response, yeah, not the kids. He's not proud of the kids. He likes the grandkids. His response to their tweet was, "LOL, says the mofo that stole every character from Paladin Strike so hard that your May 11th tweet has a character with the Paladin Strike logo on it."
Oh my
And actually,
amazing.
I should be able to send it through my phone. Funny enough, they didn't respond.
I bet.
What
What do you say back to that?
Yeah, exactly. They did not respond. I just sent the picture in Discord. That's their character. And if you zoom in, their hat literally says Paladin Strike.
Oh,
Now,
man.
we can dive deeper in here. Would you like to see, or here is Glory Heroes, we'll put these on YouTube for those that listening. This is their logo. Would you like to see Paladin Strike logo?
I'd love to.
That's Paladin Strike logo.
How could they think this was a good idea?
And so for those that aren't listening or aren't watching via YouTube, it is a pretty much copy for copy reprint of Paladin Strike. It's the same, it's different font slightly, but the color scheme is the same. The setup is the same, like the placement of the letters and everything, and the gem from Paladin Strike is the exact same as the one used in there.
Yeah.
And so people start going off, right? Like every single tweet that Glory Hero has made now has comments like trolling them hard, that like they just stole all the content, that they plagiarized everything. To give you some background, here is a character from Paladin Strike. This is Sky, okay?
Yeah.
Purple.
Here, and this is in the menu screen, right?
Yeah.
So here is Glory Hero's character in their menu screen. It is.
They took everything.
It is nearly a 1-for-1 recreation, and the stats. Look at the stats. The stats are exactly the same.
That's hilarious.
This has to be.
It is exactly.
It's literally just a recolor.
It's a well, hang on. Their name is Krita, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like from Glory Heroes, and they have a character called Sky from Paladin Strike. That's the top one. That's the purple one that I sent. Sky has different skins. Would you like to see one of the skins?
Is it?
The skins
it's the same thing!
exactly the same. They've changed almost nothing. In fact, I don't see any change
At all. No.
So then, after about 10, 12 hours, Glory Heroes finally said something, right?
Yeah.
And so they put, I'm trying to find it on my phone. I have a lot of, they said this. So they wrote, after 10 hours of discussion, the senior management of our various departments unanimously decided to keep the original name and use this style as our logo so that we can prevent us from being accused of plagiarism. Okay? And so, again, for those not watching, they have decided to post a piece of paper with a pen, a crumpled up piece of paper, and they wrote out their name and style. First of all, Glory Hero NFT Wars, really not that original name. It's an original in the sense that nobody has used it, but
awful.
Like the structure is like screams basic mobile game.
Yeah.
Right. And so my favorite thing is that they didn't even get like someone from their, quote unquote art department to make a mock-up, even if it's not like exactly right. They just like, this is clearly like from a meeting that like someone doodled.
It took them 10 hours.
Yeah. So they also released a post that says, I gotta find it. Oh no, where is it?
It's funny that they're like saying they're being accused of plagiarism, but in their response to the Stewart guy, they literally admitted to it.
Yeah.
They said it's 90% these other assets.
Oh, well, to be fair, they said even if it is 90%, they didn't admit to it. So they also said this, our project will continue to move forward. They release a write-up on their own website, and these are the highlights. In addition to the art assets used in our next online game are not Paladin Strike style and concept art. They are themed on sci-fi planet-based concepts. We hope we can meet expectations. I literally don't know how this got past like their review process because it is literally a direct ripoff. And then they also said, but we can confirm that we did not use the art assets for commercialization or distribution of blockchain network. We value the intellectual copyright very much and have absolutely no intention or deliberate intention, which just means, covering their asses that they didn't deliberately do it, but they may have
Accidentally
to use unauthorized copyright commercial processes or properties. Sorry. So again, I just cannot believe. Lastly, this is a character from Paladins. I don't know the name, but then this is a new character from Glory Heroes.
At least they remodeled it.
They did. They recolored it and they changed it a little bit. And then another big one was, I don't know, this is from Paladins called Macau, something like that, however you pronounce it. A little turtle boy. And then this is Carapace.
Carapace!
From Glory Heroes. Now, I won't keep going because you could look at any character from Glory Heroes and compare it at almost one-to-one comparison to Paladin Strike, which is another mobile game. I didn't mention that, but that's also a mobile game. The one thing that I will mention that apparently, and I haven't got confirmation on this, haven't found out about, but some people are saying that Hi-Rez Studios outsourced a lot of the art direction for Paladin Strike, and people working on Glory Hero, some of them are from the team that had outsourced to Hi-Rez, or from Hi-Rez. And so that their argument is that they worked on it, they get to use it. But that's not how this works.
That's not how that works at all.
Even if that particular artist or designer or whoever it is did 100% from conception to design, it's still under Hi-Res's IPA, and they can't at all touch it.
I have a theory.
Yeah, go ahead.
I have a theory for this. Their first initial big launch, I don't think there was a real art department, because that's why they're exact rips. They maybe someone knew a guy who knew a guy who knew a guy who had access to these assets, because these are literally one-to-one copies. But now these new ones, they've clearly hired some artists to just recreate them instead of being this copy.
Yeah, that could be. That's probably a good point. I didn't think about that. Oh, and so another funny thing to continue on Stuart's rampage, Stuart Chisholm, about their kind of like update to the public about how they didn't plagiarize anything. He didn't say anything. All he did was link a post, and it's a science post, and it says, "The bigger the testicles, the smaller the brain." And I read some of it, and it talks about how apes, if they have bigger testicles, that they're the less smart they are.
I'm gonna pass out.
And last, kind of wrapping it up, we have a screenshot from a comment, and it's a viewer, and it says, "The Paladins community just went to the Glory Hero Discord and spammed porn until they took it down. I cannot breathe."
Oh no!
So apparently the
porn.
Glory Heroes Discord was taken down. Also, during their radio silence, they silenced their Reddit
I bet.
post, and it was unavailable for a long time. And now everybody, from what I can see, all the Glory Hero tweets anywhere, people are calling it Glory Hole. And they're like, they showed when Glory Hero showed their like piece of paper name, someone photoshopped it. It's like, "Here, I fixed it for you," and it just says Glory Hole. Oh. So yeah, bit of a long story there, but I wanted to set it up right, and
That's ridiculous.
I thought you both, being like really art centric people, would really enjoy that.
I'm just in awe. Like,
Indeed.
oh yeah.
And I bet the reason they thought they could get away with this is because NFTs aren't the art, as has been established.
Right, NFT
So
is the
technically,
blockchain
they
code.
didn't. So technically, they did steal the art, but they're not making money off the art.
Yup.
Technically,
So
Right, and
they're
so
not
that
selling the art.
yeah, that could be the argument. I have no idea, but I was
The
reading
audacity.
this happened like really recent. This was like 3 days ago.
yeah.
At the time of recording this, which was, the 15th. So,
Indeed.
this is super recent. I haven't seen many new things. Their most recent tweet was like, "Hey everybody, what's up?" with smiley face or something like that. It was like a hello tweet. And every single comment was just bashing them for plagiarism and like memeing on them and everything. It was incredible.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited to see how this works out. Hi-Res is absolutely a big enough studio where they can, take them to like stealing IPAs and like taking them to court and everything.
As
And
they
they
should.
Crush
will.
them into paste.
Exactly, as they should.
Yes, I should.
Indeed.
I just want to point out I'm
It's-
on their website right now.
Oh yeah.
I am gonna go on a little bit of a graphic design rant, just for a quick
Oh,
second.
do it.
It's
Oh,
Roast
absolutely.
them.
I'm here for it.
I don't even know what to say. So first off, their
Let it
main
all out.
font is Impact. They don't even have their own font. It's like they just went on Adobe and just typed in the first, not even Adobe, they went on Paint and they found the first font that came up and they used it. And the first thing that comes up is in the corner. It says GHO 100% decentralized output, no private sales. Beware of any fundraising in the name of Glory Hero to the community are fraudulent. And that whole sentence makes no sense. going through it. It's not even a sentence. I don't know what they're thinking. So let's go down to the roadmap, because they have a roadmap of their goals. And
Oh, classy.
2021, and this is orange because they completed it. It says receive 25 million in M&A from Singapore Fund.
Shit.
Completed. 2022, this is the next completed one. Completed 30 hero designs, completed 10 maps, complete PvP mode. And then we have 4 more after it that are uncompleted. Their next goal is beta 1.0 version goes live on iOS, Android. First round of NFT sales, NFTs rental market, add 50 new hero designs, and completed 1 million downloads. That's their next goal. And then the next goal after that is 5 million downloads completed. What is happening?
I feel like they need to adjust it, and like in between 2 and 3, they need to be like, don't get like a major lawsuit put on them.
Yeah.
Their last goal, number 6, which they have predicted for 2023, is 5 more games.
Based on.
Yeah, 5. Yeah, well, because again, the whole point of this one is that they make NFT blockchains so they can be compatible with other games.
Oh my god.
And you can use them in between each other. So they're obviously trying to start like their own universe of games where you can use all their shit and everything else.
Mm-hmm. Their gameplay modes are just smite modes to a T.
That's funny.
Their partners.
You said earlier when they wanted to like be cross-platform.
Right.
I guess there's a different NFT game project which wants to be like cross-platform, but like so the NFTs can be used on different platforms and different games.
Yeah.
And it's just inherently wouldn't work because companies do not want to be cross-platform with each other.
Yeah.
Like it took how long to get Fortnite to be cross-platform?
Yeah. And Microsoft like has like PlayStation, if you're not aware, has a huge thing about like being such a pain in the ass to be cross-platform with. Like they do not like sharing their games. It's awful.
So to even invest in it would be a waste of money because it's a bad idea that won't work.
Yeah. Luckily, like Xbox and Switch and stuff like that, those are generally pretty good about like, you know, opening up and sharing them unless they're like specifically exclusive, which I guess like Nintendo is kind of, nobody really wants to share with Nintendo, but, or Nintendo can't really share with anything else. But like a lot of other like consoles are like generally pretty good, like, but not Microsoft. But yeah, the general populace doesn't like to share, so that's not really gonna work.
Oh, it is ridiculous.
I love that they said they didn't take from Paladin Strike when, like, not even comparing the characters, right? Ignore all that. Ignore everything. In their own tweet, there's a picture of a character that is wearing a merch from a different game.
Like,
That's my favorite part. That's my favorite part. Oh, it's so funny. So I'm really hoping that we get more out of this and it keeps evolving, just because how hilarious it is and how like clear that this game is not gonna like see the surface.
Who put money into this?
I have no idea. Before this like came out like 2 weeks ago, the comments are like super positive and like really excited for it, but most of them were just like NFT bros.
Yeah, it's because NFT bros are fucking stupid.
Yeah, they are.
Also bad timing because the NFT market crashed quite recently.
Yeah. I spent like 30 minutes the other night reading a Twitter page called NFT Bros Taking L's, and it was amazing. It was so funny. If you want to feel good about yourself, just read those tweets. It's amazing. They're so dumb.
You cannot be doing worse than them.
No, yeah. The NFT and like crypto markets are absolutely dog water now. It's so funny.
Yeah. My cousin was telling me about a guy she was like dating, and she mentioned that he does NFTs. I'm like, that's a red flag.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
I have a very strong feeling that this is just somebody's college project, intro to design, and it took off, and now they're trying to scam people. I wouldn't be surprised if a whole scandal came out and they were like, yeah, this whole thing's fake. We just wanted to see how far we could take it.
Well, again,
I think it's just money laundering. Because who put money into this?
It probably
It's like,
is.
Video game companies, like mainstream ones, they're like actively fighting with their investors to get the basic shit done, and someone just threw money at this piece of shit.
There was one more thing. I won't post it because I can just explain it. But when they released their new their quote unquote concept for their like new banner and picture, their like logo and stuff.
Yeah.
Stuart commented again. This was after he like called them out for plagiarizing, and after he posted the link from The Guardian about the bigger testicles thing.
Yeah.
He just responded with a GIF, and it was a clip from the mom from that 70s show pouring a bottle of wine, and it just says, "Oh, for fuck's sake." It was so funny. And all the like high-res employees, like the designers and like brand managers and everything, like were quoting Steve, and it's like, that's my CEO, look at him go.
Look at him go.
Because he's normally like super like down to earth, like I said, like super mellow, tame, and he just went off. It was so funny.
Rightfully so.
Yeah, but we'll keep you updated if more funny stuff appears from that. I'm sure we can talk about it at the beginning of the episode. But Rain, why don't you share your question of the week with us and everybody?
This week, the question of the week is, do you think there's any stigma or weight using the term gamer?
A loaded question.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Continue
Wolf,
the
why don't you
drama.
go first?
Alright.
Yeah, even more tea.
I'd say yes. There's a bit of stigma, but it's absolutely deserved. Like, I think when you're like in the end circle, it's like a meme to like gamer with a capital G and the TM at the end. That's the group, I guess I'll call them normies, are talking about when they hear, or thinking about when they hear gamer. Like, obviously, gamer just means someone who enjoys playing games, but then you've got gamers who are awful and toxic.
Yeah.
That screaming slurs in a Call of Duty lobby. and that's, oh my god, they always talk about, it's what they compare everything in life to, like, oh, you think you've faced hardship? Well, I heard slurs in a Call of Duty lobby. Like, shut the fuck up! You think that made you stronger or something?
Oh,
It made you awful!
These people would never survive the old Xbox Call of Duty days, like Halo games, where you just had open mic chats all the time, or like you had DMs that you couldn't stop from receiving.
Yeah!
They would never survive. I agree with you though. I think it's like mostly like anybody that, not anybody, because there's obviously the exception, but most people that I talk to and like most people that I talk to that do play a lot of games do not call themselves gamers.
Yeah.
They're just like, yeah, I play games, right? Like, I play games, I am technically a gamer, but they don't say, yeah, I'm a gamer, right? Like, there's obviously a bit of a weight or a stigma around it, but it's mostly like, it's kind of negative, but like in a way that's deserved, like Wolf said. Like, the gamers are the ones that are like either e-girls that are trying to like get clout from all the incels that spam slurs in chat.
Yeah.
Or it's like or the ones that have like a chat where you can type to your teammates or whatever. Oh, I didn't know you were a woman. You play pretty good for a woman, right? Or they like go like super chivalrous about it. It's like, my lady, hello.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Or
Just terrible. Like, I don't think any of the three of us would like ever call ourselves a gamer, right?
No.
yeah.
Unless it's like
ironic.
And yeah, I was just gonna say, unless it's like super ironic, right? Like I say sometimes like greeting like a big group chat or whatever, like howdy gamers or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's like everybody in that chat knows that, like, we're being ironic about it. Like, none of us call ourselves gamers.
Have you heard the term chronically online?
No, I'm not familiar.
It's like it's what gamers are, but there's like different variants of it. But they're like they don't touch grass.
Oh,
because they're constantly their only thing is the internet and themselves and whatever.
They don't shower. They don't use
they
deodorant.
shove themselves into. They're awful.
Yeah. Terrible. Rain, what do you think? Do you agree with us, or do you have a different take?
I hate the term gamer, and I think there's an awfully negative stigma that comes with the term gamer. And I think that a lot of the negative stuff that's happening right now, especially with TikTok and Twitch since coming out, is just like people who game versus gamers. And I think it's just insane. I feel like a lot of that toxic behavior is towards each other, like judging each other on our abilities and our comprehension of games. Like nobody can just enjoy a game now. You have to either be really good at the game or really talkative or be able to create interesting content with gaming. Otherwise, why game? And I hate people who have that kind of mind thinking. And it used to be if you were a female gamer, you were like 1 in a million. It was amazing. You're so unique. And now all you get are like bruh girls. And even girls that game are being toxic to other girls. So it's like the whole term gamer is now just has a negative connotation because people are just being assholes about it and not letting anybody just enjoy gaming anymore.
Yeah.
That's definitely true. Like when I play a lot of games, but I am most happy when I'm gaming with friends.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's when I enjoy playing games the most. Solo games are fine. They're great. I'll play them. But more often than not, I'd much rather play games with my friends, co-op games, stuff like that, and enjoy. It's more about just like the company of doing something that we all really enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I don't care if any of us are good at it. Like if we loaded up Fortnite a few months ago to play and have do a topic about that. Like we got to the end a few times, but never won. But it was never like about winning, right? Like none of us cared how well we did. We were just like having fun and like admittedly being shit at it, but it was great.
And people would get so nasty
fun.
If you weren't good.
People
or
get
if you were just
terrible
trying
about
and
it.
having fun. Oh, awful.
And it's a shame because it takes only one person to spoil the pot. It's like those. I was just talking about this with another friend. Those like art projects where like someone goes out in public and they like put on a sign like do whatever you want to me and I won't stop you. And it always starts totally fine, people being harmless. And it takes one person being a dick, and then suddenly everyone thinks it's okay to be a dick.
Yeah. As soon as the like one brave person says it, then everybody, even if they're required, just unloads.
Yeah.
I can understand being a little upset or annoyed if you're attempting to play a ranked mode where, you're trying to play at like peak performance for whatever grade you're in. Like if you're like gold or platinum for certain games, like if you're trying to increase and do better, I can understand getting frustrated with teammates that like clearly aren't trying or anything like that. But you don't need to be a dick about it. You can like.
Indeed. A lot of gamers with a capital G, they don't have the self-awareness to be like, okay, that was frustrating, but maybe I'm fucking up too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no way. They always are gonna blame somebody else.
And I feel like a lot of people don't play games because as soon as they start playing, because when you first start a game, nobody's great at the game. You have to learn the game.
Yeah.
So if you do have a multiplayer situation and everyone's able to communicate and talk with each other, and you're a first timer just trying to figure out the game, and somebody's saying these nasty things to you, saying like, "You're shit, why are you here? Get off the game if you're going to be like this," kind of thing. You're not going to want to touch that game again,
Yeah. One of my favorite things to kind of build on that is like when in ranked games, because that's when a lot of people are most toxic because they have quote unquote stuff on the line, right? They want to improve and they have their own score and everything, and rank to, care about. But my favorite thing is like when that toxic gamer is like, "You're shit, why are you playing this game?" All that stuff. And it's like, bro, we're the same rank. You calm your ass down. It's
if you're so good, why don't you carry me?
Exactly, right? Yeah, that too. Like, if you're so good and I'm so shit, you should be able to, pull the weight, right?
Yeah.
It's just like, you're also being shit. And if it's like a PvP game, their stat line undoubtedly is like 1 in 13 or something. It's like, this guy's holding me back. Oh, terrible.
It's even funny in team games. I guess last things we're going over.
Oh, that's all right. It's important.
Indeed. I used to play a lot of Overwatch.
Yeah.
While it was still huge. And it was like, and even within your own team, people get super toxic. And it's really weird because it's a team game, and 2, there are 3 separate roles that all need to do separate things. And I'll be like a healer, and someone's yapping at me like, why haven't you killed? Why don't you have more kills? Or they'll brag, like, I've got gold kills. I'm a healer. I'm not supposed to have any kills.
Yeah,
you can't judge me on that. Like, you're objectively doing bad, and a PvP against me is gonna prove shit because I'm a fucking healer.
Yeah. That comes down to like what you said before about they have no awareness or game sense. It's like, or I was used to play ranked Smite quite a bit, and like was like grinding the ladder and like getting decent, like as an average player would. And like I played a lot of support because ranked, like it's hard to find good support players. At that ranked level. And it's just like, if someone else is dying because they're like making bad mistakes, they're always going to blame the support player.
Yeah.
Like no matter what, if it doesn't matter if they made a terrible decision, which most of the time they did. It's like, oh, I got ganked because my support's not here. It's like, bro, I'm exactly where I need to be.
It'll be across the map and they're pinging you like, why didn't you help me? I'm like,
oh yeah, that's the best.
What?
Yeah, so there definitely is, unfortunately, a waiter stigma, or I guess not unfortunately, because most of them deserve it, but...
Indeed. I don't feel like I'm missing out by not being able to call myself a gamer.
Yeah, I don't do it. I just say, yeah, I play games, that's it, I'm not a gamer. I'm not a racist, misogynistic piece of shit.
I don't have heated gamer moments on bridges.
Yeah, you just have heated gamer moments, like, in your own house. All right, well, we're over time, but hopefully everybody enjoyed it. Thank you. Oh, I guess you do the outro. Wolf, I'll pass it to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna steal my job.
Sorry, I got excited.
Thank you for watching episode 29 of You're Ridiculous. If you enjoyed all we had to say, be sure to hit that like button, to subscribe, and all the plus buttons. You can follow us on all the social medias. You can follow the main cast at ridiculous_cast, and you'll especially find Rainie running the Instagram. You can follow Lucas on Twitter at 7AngryWasp, spelled with an E, and you can find me at Rainbow Does without the W. We hope to see you all again next week, and be sure to tell your friends all about this. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.